Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So this is start of the war season. Now I'm a bit late uploading the first war video. I didn't upload pretty much anything at all last week. I certainly didn't stream, and yeah, I was dealing with some personal things. But anyways, now we're back to uploading videos, and I have a couple of war videos to catch up. So this is the start of the season. And to be frank, this is an absolutely horrible war. This is arguably one of the worst wars I have had. I played absolutely horribly. Yeah, as I said, I wasn't feeling quite well and I was dealing with something. So that certainly did reflect now. Thank goodness for once Dr. Doom is an absolute beefcake. So this is the first time I do this path, but just purely out of muscle memory, I knew the node is Vigorous Assault and Arc Overload, so I knew he's going to start unblockable, but I still opted to go for a parry, so that was a mistake number one, where I just, randomly tried to parry the Killmonger at start of the fight, even though he was unblockable. Obviously, I did get hit in the face a bit. Now, again, since Dr. Doom has that huge armor, huge crit resistance, all that other good stuff going on, and we're still at 80% health, so that's quite something. Now at this point I dropped my level 3 and everything's pretty much peachy, right? And there will be few more mistakes in this fight. Even though this fight is so short, there will still certainly be some mistakes. So first and foremost, triggering the dexterity here was a mistake. Second of all, not realizing that he has the regen buff active, that was mistake number two. And then I thought I still have the Dooms are active and my special attack is going to be unblockable, so that was mistake number three. Now at this point I throw my level 1 and the fight's still not over, but another clap from Dr. Doom and the fight is finished finally. So that was extremely poor fight, 100% carried through with Dr. Doom and not myself at all. So once again, I guess that's the benefit of having a rank 3 6-star Doom. Sometimes his tankiness and his, powerful ability set can cover for you. Now we're gonna go up against the champion on Masochism node, and that Masochism is quite substantial there. I think it heals up for like 15% or so. Another quick side note, I do have Mr. Fantastic with me for the explicit purpose of having access to that armor break and heavy attacks and disabling Killmonger's reverberation, because the opponents, Elite in this case, opted for basically ditching diversity and just stacking many difficult defenders, and that wasn't the only Killmonger I'm going to fight. I'm going to have another one to go up against in section 2. And that seemed pretty much like a perfect solution to deal with Arc Overlord, get that armor break, disable the damage back, and for Killmonger fights it definitely worked out absolutely fantastic. And now Dr. Doom against Champion is obviously extremely simple, easy fight, well overkill on that level 2, because he was already at like, 5-7% health when I dropped the level 2 with the Fury active. And that is it for section 1. I am not dealing with this Dr. Doom, and here is the biggest mistake I make in this war. I was not meant to deal with this Havok. Now there was already somebody waiting, and I misread the assignment, and I just kind of naturally assumed that the Warlock is for the Havok fight. And as soon as I entered in the fight, I pretty much realized that Warlock's actually quite bad matchup here, and the plan was to use Havok against Havok. But I end up going in with Warlock, and the fight is gonna go, stressful, sketchy as hell, and we're gonna see whether I can or cannot clutch it. But yeah, keep in mind I was not meant to take this fight. Luckily for this war in particular, it didn't matter too much. We had a healthy lead, but this was literally me just kind of like with my morning brain straight after a nap. I have been having more naps than normal recently, but anyways, so it has crumbling armor, so if I don't hit him regularly, my armor break goes away. Additionally, he has the kinetic transference or kinetic reactor node. Basically, he gains power when he's hitting my block, and that is the biggest issue here, because typically you use Warlock's block to drain power from Havok, but in this case he gains power when I'm trying to do that, and quite obviously that doesn't really work out too well for me. Now I'm stuck in a corner with 9 of them plasma charges active, trying to do my best to fight back the best I can, and I could have definitely still clutched this fight out, especially if I had patiently waited for level 3 when I was close to that. Now again, I need to bait out the special attack here, and the Footloose activates, and so far the fight's going pretty much even. We're both at 71% health at this point. Obviously I absolutely cannot get hit by that heavy attack, because if he places feedback on me, I'm toast, and I cannot let them explode as well. But here, just in time, I get my armor up back as well. So for now I do have an armor up here. He drops his level 2, but unfortunately my armor goes away. Luckily, since I consistently do manage to trigger power drain, I'm not really eating that detonation damage, because he's not managing to detonate now. And the fight has lasted for quite a while. Everything is looking well, everything is looking good, and I can definitely, while playing well enough, clutch this fight out. He's at 19% only, and I'm at 54. And here I opt to go for level 1 just to make sure I can power drain him, get some power out of him. But unfortunately, I'm gonna get greedy. I'm gonna go for a full hit combo, and here I wanted to block, bait, heavy attack, and finish the fight off, which was the biggest mistake. I probably should have dropped just that special attack, and I could have finished the fight out. But instead, he hits a couple times in my block, and without finishing his combo, immediately goes to level 3. And, well, yeah, I die. So first war, first death on a fight I should not have taken, and I still could have won. I just played poorly. And nobody else to blame but myself, obviously. Only thing that is kind of redeeming here is that it was not like a high-stake war. We had a very comfortable lead, and yeah, it didn't have too much consequence here. It's still annoying to start war season when you're already feeling down, and when you're already kind of like dealing with some things. It's just like another thing that kind of like annoy you and piss you off a bit more. And now this fight's actually really funny against Killmonger, and he has a rage node here. But with Dr. Doom nullification, if my Dr. Doom was a 200 sig, I would be able to absolutely cheese this fight in the corner, which is something I'm still gonna try and do. I should have been a bit more aggressive, but he keeps throwing those level 1s. So what I wanted to do in this fight is just push him in the corner and spam heavy attacks just for the funsies, kind of, because the fight is obviously well under control. But here you can see that at one slap that shock didn't apply, and he could have thrown his special attack, so I immediately dropped my own level 3, which is obviously not going to finish out the fight because rage node. So instead we only dealing 2% his health as damage, and now I'm just gonna go for typical Doom's rotation and drop my level 1, and the fight's pretty much over. So it's very, very easy fight for Dr. Doom. I was just playing it a bit awkwardly because I wanted to go for Doom's infinite corner slap, and yeah, that's actually a quite catchy name. I'm gonna call it Doom's infinite corner slap, that particular cheese method. But anyway, so now we're up against Mr. Sinister, who has power focus and aggression prowess. And with this guy, I was originally meant to use my Warlock, and I didn't really want to heal up and revive my Warlock and spend all of those items, and I figured that Dr. Doom should be more than adequate here. And Mr. Sinister does have Suicide's active, which could have been dicey if he dropped his level 1. I didn't even realize that at first, but yeah, if he had dropped his level 1, it could have been quite dicey there for me, and I would have gotten that poison and bleed debuffs placed on myself. But at this point, obviously, they have long expired. The fight's well under control. I am pushing for a level 3 now, and I'm going to drop that level 3, and that's going to pretty much finish out the fight. And that will be pretty much it for my contribution to this war. So definitely not the greatest season opener at all whatsoever. Played quite poorly, need to do better in next wars. And as I said before, we did win the war, so congratulations to all of the MVPs. Congratulations to Elite for doing their best on the map. Good luck to the rest of the season. And yeah, I have another war video lined up for you guys, which I'm gonna upload tomorrow, more than likely. But meanwhile, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, hit the like button, hit that sub button, hit all of the good buttons, and that is it for me today, and I'm gonna catch you guys soon. See ya.